Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. Today, I'm here to take your questions about week 5, and let me just give you my thoughts of week 5. This is one of the craziest weeks I've ever seen in the NFL. I mean, we got games getting moved, games getting canceled. We're hearing that, 20 plus players have COVID for the Titans, but we don't know which players have COVID. So how the hell could you bet that? So this week, there's a lot in flux, but I'm still looking forward to it. A lot of COVID news to get to, unfortunately. We know how that's going in the NFL. What's up, Tony Flores? What's up, James Little? Hey, what's up, Lawson? Ready to make money too, but I got to be honest. I'm being cautious this week, especially with some of the shit I saw last night. Like, for instance, I was watching the Tampa Bay game last night. I mean, Tampa Bay looks like they're in mid-season form. Did you guys see those first 3 drives? And then even Brady and Bruce Arians, they were backed up on their own 20-yard line. 4th and 1, they go for it. Quarterback sneak. You think, how the hell is Tampa Bay going to lose this game? And then Nick Foles proves why I call him Miracle Nick Foles. And yeah, dude, I got COVID fatigue. Like, I get on here to talk football with you guys. I like talking other stuff sometimes, but at the end of the day, I don't want to talk about COVID because it's honestly boring to me at this point. Troy Brown, there's no lock against the spread this week, is it, John? I think we'll get to a lock during this video. I want to reward you guys to being here. But yeah, it is hard to say there's a lock just due to like everything that's going on. Like, did you see the Jets were sent home? I didn't get to see the details about that. Someone enlightened me on the comment section. But no one really knows if the Jets are still playing Sunday. So how are we supposed to put in our hard-earned money and put money towards what's going on in the NFL right now? It just seems like it's all crashing down. I mean, you guys might remember, we definitely should work the teasers this week. I just saw Joe Free post a good teaser in the comment section, so that gave me an idea. We should work teasers this week, and we should be more creative than normal. And that doesn't sound sexy. Obviously, you saw the video views. They weren't as high as last week, but I'm not here to lose you guys money. And I've had some fans getting mad because I wasn't saying there was a lot of slam dunks this week. But how could there be? I mean, baseball went through a similar stretch when the Cardinals had to miss a lot of games. Then the Marlins had to miss a lot of games. So, I mean, we got to just ride this turbulence. Either way, we're going to ride it because we're all football fans. But also, I don't want you to lose money or throw money out the plain window when we don't even know, for instance, if the Jets are going to show up Sunday when everyone wants to bet Arizona. So, yeah. So that's the opening statement. Leave your questions in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like button. If you want to come on, leave your email address. It's really easy for me to invite people on if anyone has courage. Kado Saya, what's your favorite play of the day? Well, let me look. It's probably going to be soccer if we're talking today. I'm going to load up my my online bookie. One sec. Let me just. So let's see. I'll get you something. Just depends if you like betting soccer or not. But we'll go through all the games this week. I'm just waiting for people to get in here. We'll definitely get through all the games this week for sure. So we'll have some meat to pick. Today I like Cuiabá against Ponte Preta. This is Brazil Serie B. The game starts at 5:30 p.m. I like them to win, although that's not the biggest lock in the world. And then also tonight at 6:15 p.m., I like a team called Nautico against America FC, Minas Gerais, and you can do that for +1. If you want my picks for today, yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get that scenario. That was something that really rubbed my craw the wrong way. And I've never been the biggest Bruce Arians fan in the world, so I'm not going to come in here and just shit on Bruce Arians like crazy because I think he does some good work. But yeah, it's just I'm just not the biggest Bruce Arians guy. Okay, let me get Joe Free teaser. Steelers -1, Seahawks -1. What do you think? I like it. I have no problem with that. I think this week, Seattle, if you're looking for a team to cover the spread, is probably the lock of the week. Unfortunately, that spread's at -7 against Minnesota. And Minnesota has been playing a little bit better, but let's not get too excited about the wins against the Titans and Texans because I watched both games and Minnesota made some big plays on offense, but that defense is really, really bad. And then when you talk about betting Kirk Cousins, that's always a dangerous proposition because he can get out of rhythm so easy. Although for the Vikings, it is helping that Justin Jefferson is getting involved in the offense. That's certainly helping. Brian Gant, you got to use the teasers. Those spreads are way too big. I feel you. And maybe this week should just be a teaser week. I mean, just with all, no one wants to hear that, though. But with all the chaos that's happening, I don't see a problem with using teasers this week. Would I have a problem if you put like $800 on a teaser? Yeah, I'd probably have a little bit of a problem with it. But I wouldn't have a problem with you guys hitting a teaser this week. Last week, my teaser went through. It went through pretty easy. I didn't even really need to sweat. Troy Brown, Rams, Pittsburgh, Houston, Arizona, all good teaser. I'd be a little bit cautious about the Rams, my friend, but I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, people in the comment section are talking. Mike keeps getting unplugged, son of a bitch. But when I was watching that game, I felt like Tampa Bay was a better team. That didn't really change my mind. But it seemed like Nick Foles, whenever he's involved in a big game, there seems to be magic. And I feel a little bit vindicated because I've been praising Nick Foles for a long time. Last year was an absolute disaster with the Jags. But to see Nick Foles come in and take over Thursday night, that was pretty fun to watch. Mike asks, okay, let me get to Deb G first. What's your take on the Saints-Chargers game with Saints -7.5? I don't like that. I want you to stay away from that game like it's chlamydia. I think the Chargers will cover, but as you know, we rode the Saints last week in the money picket, and that went through. I think the Saints will be very good. And one thing I feel like you can do against the LA Chargers, I feel like you can pound them on the defensive side of the football. And then Herbert's looked pretty good so far, but this Saints defense is no joke, and they're hard to play against, and they're very, very physical. So that would be a game I would stay away from unless you have a different type of insight. Mike, what are the teams with COVID issues during the week? Against the spread next game this year? I have no idea. But the problem is, Mike, we're not getting accurate information. Like, remember when those stories leaked about how many, like they said maybe even 15 to 20 Titans players tested positive for COVID? We haven't gotten a player yet. No one's really informed us of the players. So that could be a huger deal than it is. That's why you see some games like New England Broncos where a lot of the bookies in Vegas aren't even giving you a line or an option to bet. Rick D, what's with all the Bears haters? Maybe some people maybe some people were putting some money on Tampa Bay. Like, I don't hate the Bears, but the Bears are a little bit annoying. But let's be honest, the Bears are a lot more likable now that Nick Foles is the quarterback. I think we can all agree on that. The Mitch Trubisky stuff was getting very, very old. I don't know about you guys, but it definitely was for me. Antonio Contreras, I lost 4 weeks in a row. Who's your top 5 Cold Stone picks? Oh, damn, man. Did you miss the intro? It's like, this is the worst week to bat. Why can't you just sit out this week? And then, if anything, if you're placing bets this week, you need to be riding this shit out to Sunday morning until you can see the damage of the COVID. Literally, the jet plane turned around in the motherfucking air because of COVID. So we need to play this day by day, minute by minute, and you have to have a certain amount of certainty. And there isn't a lot of certainty when 20 plus players on the Titans are tested positive. Someone said no audio. Yeah, because my mic keeps getting unplugged. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, Wrath of Raider. I need to bounce back from the Tampa Bay game last night. Bears were simply the better team. Yeah, but did you see the way the Bears put up points, though? Some of it was cheap. And that touchdown before the end of the first half, I didn't feel like that was a catch. I didn't feel like that was a catch fumble. I felt like Tampa Bay got screwed on that a little bit. Maybe in the 90s it was, but with these present-day rules, I'm really surprised they called it. I got a little bit suspicious last night once Tampa Bay jumped out to that early lead. I felt like the refs were going to try to keep this game close since it's prime time. It's Brady. Let's keep it sexy. Brady's our big earner right now. Let's be realistic. Brady's the one who's driving ratings in this league, whether you love him or you hate him. I love Brady. For me, I feel like we all should be enjoying his last days in this league because he's really damn good. He's really good, and he's really fun to watch, and he's a good team player. That's why I never really got the hate about Brady. Patrick Murphy, Vikings might win. Well, if they have a better defensive performance, I can see it, but I'm not seeing it. And I think Seattle might have the best offense in this league. So that's one reason why I'm a little bit iffy. I'm getting to your questions, guys. CJV, ATL finally gets a win. I think so. And the Carolina story has been cute. But, Cinderella eventually the Cinderella story ends a little bit. But for Matt Rule to be 2-2 at Carolina is definitely something you have to notice. And remember when we were talking week 1 or week 2, and I said, damn, I want to bet Atlanta, but I can't because they're too inconsistent. That's where I'm at with Atlanta at this point. There's just a team that is so inconsistent. If I had to bet a game, I would probably bet Atlanta to win in the cover, even with all that being said, even with Julio out. That's one thing we know. Michael Mann, what's up? I'm going to get through some questions. I'll send you an invite in a second. I'm just reading through the comments. If I miss your comment, just type it again. I'm reading your comments. Seahawks -7 or Vikings +7. I'd probably go Vikings +7, but that's not something you want to nail home and go to the bank. Michael Mann, the Bears have won 2 games because the other team choked. They also beat the Giants and stole the Bucs game. Yeah, I agree. But a win's a win in this league. Would you bet the Broncos +11 if Cam's not back or stay away? But if Cam doesn't play, that spread's not going to be +11, right? A lot of bookies in Vegas are staying away from the Patriots Broncos game. But if it's +11, I think I'd go with the Broncos even if Cam was playing. So I mean that's something to look at. Hey Lawson, Diddy D. Hey Lawson, big fan. Do you like the Rams money line? I'm a little bit cautious on the Rams this week. Listen, we already got in and won some good money on the Rams this year so far. let me just look at the injury report right now. No, I don't, because you have to put up a lot of money to make a good profit. And I think Kyle Allen's going to be a lot better for the Skins than Dwayne Haskins was. And the Skins, I'm not even saying they're a quarterback away. I'm not going to even use that cliche phrase. Like, they're an average quarterback away from winning games this year. Like, if they just got average quarterback play, they would have beat the Browns by like 14, 17 points. I mean, they do a lot of things well, but one thing they don't do well is quarterback play. But I think Kyle Allen's going to help them. Akil, do you really like Miami? I like them. I like them to cover. Am I in love with it? No. And we also need to monitor what's going on with the 49ers. Is Jimmy G going to play, or are we going to get some more Mullins and Bethard? That can help. Yeah, Michael Mann, send your email. On the live chat. I'll send you an invite real quick. I'll get you on here. Okay, if I missed your question, make sure you leave your comment. Brady is getting old. What down is it? Yo, I was surprised about that. Really surprised about that. I was completely shocked. Lawson, Alex Koss says, Lawson, what's your favorite bet? Wow. Let me take a look now. I would say Houston. Hey, I keep forgetting this game. I forgot this on the teasers too. I would have taken Houston +1 on the teasers. But my favorite bet of the week is Houston over Jacksonville. I hit them last week with Cincinnati over Jacksonville against the spread. I like Houston against the spread. And then if you need to, see, that is a money pick to me. Houston over Jacksonville, because this Minshew magic's wearing off. But also you have to look at the Jacksonville defense. And I know you guys don't like interim coaches. You guys don't like that because I watch more soccer than you. But the interim coach is going to provide a boost of energy, especially when you have Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien's a decent coach in this league, but come on, we know he pissed everyone off, and it wasn't the best work environment. I'm going to get Michael Mann on here real quick. One sec. Let me get him in. How the fuck do I copy and paste? One sec. Okay, copy to clipboard. Mike, I'm going to just send this on Gmail to you. So when you see a random Gmail pop up, you'll know what to do. And if one of you guys want to come on, feel free. Just let me do this real quick. Make sure you hit the like button while you're waiting. Sorry about that. Just getting in here, sending this to Michael Mann. Michael Mann. Okay, I found his email address. Perfect. Hopefully in the future, once this podcast gets older, we can definitely get someone to read these questions for me, because I feel like I'm double tasking. All right, Mike, I sent it. It doesn't have a subject line, but you'll see it. Check your email. All right, let me answer some more questions. Renesha Brown, Garoppolo misspelled his name, but he's starting for the 49ers. Yeah, okay, he's starting. Who would you like in a 1.5 point parlay? I wasn't even thinking about that, but I did give my teaser picks. It'd be something along these lines. But I mean, one team I want you guys to maybe bet on is Houston. Depends how much you trust them. Antonio, I just gave you a stone cold lock. Houston over Jacksonville. But I don't want you coming back and blaming me in one of the most uncertain weeks of NFL history. I mean, come on now. I mean, I never seen – this is worse than a Week 17. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is worse than a Week 17 for you guys. Comment below. But this is just worse than a Week 17 with all the drama that's been going on in the NFL with the COVID. It's honestly rather tiring. And honestly, it's been rather hard to get injury news because I don't have NFL Network here. So, I mean, of course, I can go on and watch it, but I've been pretty busy. But I've been scanning the internet, trying to get injury news, and all I hear about is COVID. So, yeah, it's Spendy Lulo. Like your show, brother. Thanks. I appreciate it, man. The show's growing pretty good. No, Kato Saya, take Nautico. You see the spread. Look at the spread. They're going to be +1. So let me explain this to you. If Nautico loses 1-0, you get your money back. If Nautico draws, you win money. You win the full bet. If Nautico wins, you win the full bet. Do that +1. It protects you. That's why I love betting the spread in soccer. I feel like a turtle, man. I'm just fucking protected. It's just like I can even have a bad day and the team will lose like 1-0 and I'll get my money back. That's why it's good. I'm gonna let Michael Mann on here. You seem upset.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, dude? You seem rather upset.
I was kind of sure that you picked the Falcons, but I'll get over it. It's okay.
Well, I mean, taking the Falcons.
I don't blame you, but
taking the Falcons is kind of like raw dogging a prostitute. It's dangerous and it normally doesn't pay off. I mean, so there's not much you can do.
At the end of the day, if you gotta be wrong, like, wouldn't you feel better about picking the team that's actually competed the last 2 weeks over the Falcons? Like,
yeah, but come on, man.
Like, you don't really know what's gonna happen, so you might as well pick the team that's been better.
But I like Matt Rule, and me and you were kind of vibing about Matt Rule ever since they started to finally blow up this mess of veteran overpayment. But I mean, come on, man! Like Teddy Bridgewater, how long is this going to last?
Well, this is Atlanta.
I can't see it lasting too long.
Oh yeah,
I know.
You know I've crapped on Teddy Bridgewater. He did well last week, but honestly, the Cardinals' safeties were so bad, and the Panthers' game plan really helped Teddy out.
Yeah, and like when I was looking at that Cardinals game, I wanted to give credit to the Panthers, and of course you have to because they came out and they whooped ass. That's a good thing. But then again, I'm looking at the Cardinals and I'm saying, what is going on here? Why aren't we running it up the middle once in a while? Why are we trying to throw it 40, 45 times? And the difference with this Panthers team for me is this defense is actually fast now.
Yeah. I mean, the first 2 weeks of the season, I think the coaching staff was just trying to, like, figure things out a little bit. And it was kind of a mess at times. Like, people didn't know where their gaps were. We didn't know where our coverage assignments were. We couldn't get the play call in. But now you're actually seeing them, like, come together and figure things out, and they've actually been competing with teams. It's great to watch.
Well, yeah, and then here's how you beat Atlanta. Here's what it's going to come down to: will the Panthers play good red zone defense? Because we know the Falcons can't play good red zone offense, and it's been like that for 5, 6, 7 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
they're the best stat patters in the league.
Yeah, I know. It gets old, man. And and when you have like Julio and you got Ridley, you should be able to bust it in the red zone if you get down there 6, 7 times a game.
I don't think they're going to do well in the red zone this week because Ridley did not look good last week. I think he's hurt, and Julio's probably not going to play. So who are they going to go to? I mean, Gurley's good, but our run defense has actually been solid the last 2 weeks.
Because you actually have young dudes, finally.
Yeah.
I mean,
you might have been right about the Derek Brown pick. I'm not going to lie.
Well, yeah, because he's nasty. And they're listen, there's just not too many Derek Browns who come in this league. And then we're still seeing teams pay Don Terry Poe. Rest my case on Derek Brown. I mean, so that's where I'm at. Yeah. Well, and I'm looking at the Vikings, not to change the subject too quick, but I'm looking at the Vikings. You lose Linval Joseph, everyone's saying, yeah, you got to get rid of him. He's old. But, I mean, now the Vikings can't stop the run to save their lives. So,
welcome to the club.
Yeah, I know.
It's rough to watch, isn't it? When you just know you're not going to stop the run. All they got to do is hand it up. They run out the middle and just there's nothing you can do. That's the worst. That's what that breaks you as a fan.
Yeah, it is. It is. But it feels good when you're on the other side of it. When you
it feels
pound throwing all day, then you hit them with play action.
Yeah, I think Derek Brown is like second. I think Derek Brown's second in the NFL in tackles for a loss right now for a T tackle.
Well, I saw one game. I saw the game against the Cardinals. He was in the backfield every time. And like, I know people don't like the defensive tackles that shoot gaps. I know people don't like that. They like them to just come in and just throw the guy off. No, I like penetration. I like that guard and center feeling nervous, knowing they got to fire off quick, or Brown's going to get inside and get penetration. Penetration is better than just shagging blocks at the line of scrimmage. But that's just me. And that helps your whole defense.
There was a series in the game where I think on first down was a Derek Brown tackle for a loss. Second down was a Derek Brown tackle. And then third down was a forced fumble by our other rookie D lineman, Yetur Gross-Matos. So it's really great to see these guys just destroy people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And that's going to be a good game, though. I actually think that's like a low-key good game this Sunday. But, dude, when are the Falcons going to fire? No, I think Atlanta Carolina is going to be a good game.
Dude, every time we play the Falcons, it's always like an uncontrollable crap show. Like the only reason I'm not betting this game is because of how these games have gone in the past. Like we lose every time we play them, and part of that was Ron's fault because he would play it so stupid. I swear, every game we played the Falcons with Ron Rivera, there was always a play where a linebacker would just get mossed by Julio Jones. Every time.
Well, to talk about Riverboat Ron, are you feeling this Kyle Allen against the Rams, or is it just me? Because everyone on the comment section seems to be wanting to bet the Rams, and they seem to be wanting to force bet this Rams to cover. But can you remind everyone that Kyle Allen can actually play a little bit?
Yeah, he's solid. I mean, the thing that worries me about this game against the Rams for the Washington football team is that they don't have a great wide receiver core, and that was what was really helping him with us. DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel were getting open, and then he always had Christian McCaffrey. The Washington football team doesn't have that, so that's what scares me. And Ramsey's going to take away McLaren, but he is decent. He gets more hate than he deserves. He'll have the problem with Kyle Allen is that he'll make some good throws and actually look like a competent NFL quarterback, but then he'll fumble or just do something completely stupid or just throw it directly to the defender, and that's what really kills his game. But from what I've heard, go ahead.
We need to keep this in perspective.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins.
Okay, have you ever seen the show My 600-Pound Life?
Yeah, I've seen that show.
If I took a photo next to one of the people on 600-Pound Life, I would look like I'm as skinny as Tom Cruise. So maybe that's why I'm getting excited about Kyle Allen, because I've seen the way Washington's been playing, and I've actually been liking a lot of elements. And then I'm going to repeat something I've been saying. I'm sure you heard me say this all week, but dude, Goff, if he doesn't get that play action going, he ain't passing. And that's just the way it is.
And you remember last year when the Panthers played the Rams, you called that a money pick. And Ron Rivera actually came out with a very good game plan to stop Jared Goff and actually exposed him. And I think this Washington football team is a lot better than our defense last year.
Of course.
Go ahead.
Well, because he's got legit defensive line. If we're talking depth-wise, I think Washington might have the best D-line in the league.
Yeah, they can stop the run. They can get after the quarterback. The more we talk about this, the more I want to bet it, honestly.
Yeah.
What's the spread? Is it still – I saw it at 9 the other day.
I think it's at 7. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, dude, I actually want to bet this too. I'm trying to play it cautious this week, but at a certain point, it's just Kyle Allen's going to be an upgrade, and that has been my main problem. It's 7.5. I want to do it. I'm going to bet it right now. Let me just do this real quick.
And for all the crap I give Ron Rivera, at some point they're going to upset somebody. They'll lose games. They'll lose games that you shouldn't lose, but then he'll beat teams that you shouldn't beat. It goes both ways.
But we have to be fair about it too. It's tough coaching with a guy like Dwayne Haskins, man. It's really, really tough.
Yeah. And I'm surprised Ron has actually crapped on him as much as he has. He's actually been strict with Dwayne Haskins. He's been we can't put up with that crap. And that's very un-Ron-like.
Because it was egregious against Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean,
it was egregious.
Really bad.
Like, I didn't even feel bad. I made that money pick. Like, I won a lot of money that week, but I didn't even feel bad about it. I'm just like, dude, you did everything you needed to do. I can't control that. This man shouldn't be in the fucking NFL. I can't control that. Like, and you always get a few of these college quarterbacks. At least Rosen got shooted out of this league pretty quick. But you're always going to get the Dwayne Haskins and Rosens of this world who don't deserve it. And I know Kyle Allen's no prize. Like, he's nothing that's going to make people believe in it, but at least he actually earned his job.
Yeah.
Like, you got any other comments about some of the games?
Not really. Alec, did you see that the Bills and Chiefs game is on Tuesday now?
This is an absolute fucking mess, man.
Yeah.
Like, what? This is just. Can you give me the latest on the Jets? What happened with the Jets? Because I saw that happen. I was out of the house today. I didn't get a check on the Jets. What the hell happened?
I don't know the details of it, but I think it's kind of like a Patriots Chiefs situation where they found out that someone had COVID like right as they were about to leave, or like I think I don't know who they're playing this. They're playing Arizona, right?
Yeah.
And I think someone tested positive, and I think the game's in jeopardy now, but we don't know. It depends on how fast they get the test back from the rest of the team. Like give credit to the Patriots for rallying and getting those tests in as fast as they did, because that Patriots Chiefs game could have easily been canceled. I
know, man, and it's. I actually like the games on during the week. It's actually it's a nice change, but it does make it a little bit hard to follow, especially with how many injuries there are this year. Like, dude, when I do those spread picks on Tuesday, with the amount of injuries and BS getting thrown this year, I might even actually have to move those spread picks back, which is rather disappointing.
Mm-hmm. For real.
Yeah.
But I don't think Matt Rule is getting enough credit for what he's been doing the last 2 weeks because we don't have Christian McCaffrey. Like that's gone very under the radar that we're winning without him.
Which that's kind of crazy. Yeah. And I noticed that, and I was like, okay, Christian McCaffrey is one of the best players in this league, position for position. And then Panthers are 2-0 without him, and they lost the first 2 games with him. But I don't think you can put too much account on that, because I don't think anyone had their roster turnover that the Panthers had. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think I saw a stat this offseason that showed the amount of players returning, and the Panthers had 60-some% of a new team, and the next lowest was I think 40 or something like that. It was a huge gap. No team got screwed over by COVID more than the Panthers.
Yeah. So Michael Mann, you've been hitting the weight room?
What?
You've been hitting the weight room?
Yeah, I try to get in there every once in a while.
That's good. That's good. You need it with this dude. You can't even turn on NFL without having to hear about COVID.
Yeah. But interesting, man.
All right, dude.
It's been a hard year. Yeah, I'll get out.
Yeah, I know.
You got other people that want.
All right, I appreciate. I appreciate it. I at least have crystallization on that Washington game, because I liked it all week. But Dwayne Haskins was the thing that scared me. But Kyle Allen's in there. I have no excuse not to bet.
I mean, the only thing that scares me about betting that is that the Washington football team does not have good receivers.
Yeah, they don't.
They've got one guy. And with no weapons, that scares me.
I'm so sick of the Washington football team name already. I even see Washington. Dude, at a certain point, something's crystallized. I was in the mall in Brazil today. I saw 3 Redskins hats. At a certain point, you can't put the cap back in the bag. And
let me tell you something. I know that Ron Rivera had a say in that decision, because he uses the word football team so often in his press conferences. I don't know how the heck that got carried over. I have a friend who's a football team fan, and he according to him, they had the Washington Red Wolves as the set name. Everybody wanted that, and they couldn't get it through. So it's really sad.
Couldn't that be more? That's cringe, though. The Red Wolves, come on. That sounds like a team in a Hollywood movie like Varsity Blues or whatever that one was. I don't know.
You ever see the Replacements movie?
Yeah, damn good movie.
Yeah, that's a very underrated football movie. But my dad was telling me that they should just make their team name the Washington Sentinels after that.
That's better.
That'd actually help them win. Yeah, I mean it's a neat name.
That's better. The color scheme would make more sense. Like the Washington Sentinels sounds better.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
But yeah, I mean, but what? Maybe someone has it trademarked.
I see teams like Washington and Atlanta, like when the Panthers are sucking. I'm just like, well, at least we're not doing that. Like,
yeah, but you did tear down Jerry Richardson's statue.
Yeah. I honestly think Tepper been trying to do that. I think because you know why they did that, right?
No, I heard the excuse. Yes, I heard
it was excuse.
Because he grabbed some broad's butt.
Well, no. Like apparently, like when all the protest stuff was going on during the summer, like apparently people were going after it, and I really think Tepper was just like, all right, this is the time we can get away with this, and he just took the thing down.
Yeah, but Jerry Richardson's a fucking hero if you look at his life, in my opinion. Yeah. Like to bring a team to North Carolina, South Carolina area, like in the Erie, he did that. He was good. But anyways, no one really cares about Jerry Richardson. They should shout on his statue.
Yeah, it's sad what happened to him. Yeah, and honestly, the statue was really nice too. Like it was a good looking statue.
Yeah, and I don't think he should have been doing those stuff with women, but
yeah,
like, I don't know, man. Like I don't know the extent of it, and I don't think anyone really does, and it just bothered me. Because
you're still there?
It's just like he worked hard here. That's 5 years. Yeah, I'm still here. Okay, so all right, I'll let you go. I'll get to some questions.
Yeah, all right. Sorry for being on so long. I'll see you later.
Okay, all right. I'll see you.
Bye.
Peace, man. Okay, how's my internet holding up? We'll see how it holds up. If I missed your question, send your question in. We'll see how this internet's holding up. If not, I might have to cut it short. The LJ Hour podcast, Washington Monuments. I like that. J702 Rebel, good luck this week, Lawson. Thank you, sir. Mr. President, thought on the Bucs game. I felt like the Bucs lost it more than the Bears won it, if we wanted to take that example. But remember, I did say during this offseason that I felt like the Bears could win that division if Foles was the starter. Do I believe that at this point with what we've seen out of Green Bay? Not really. But the Chicago team did need a spark, and they did need energy. And then when I'm looking long-term point of view with this Buccaneers team, I'm not all that worried about the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have shown me enough that I have confidence and that I think they're a Super Bowl contender. But I am a little bit worried about Bruce Arians, like everyone else in the live chat said. Browns or Colts? I'm going Colts. I like the Colts in this one. It will be interesting, though, to see, can the Browns stop this Colts run game? And if the Browns do stop this Colts run game, what's Phillip Rivers going to do if he has to throw the ball a lot? So those are my two questions. Antonio Contreras says, stop smoking that thing, Lawson. It's not healthy. Well, at this point, I'm addicted, man. Alex Cause, what do you think about the Texans, Seahawks, and Cowboys on a teaser? I like the Texans. I like the Hawks. But with the Cowboys, let me take a look at it. What point teaser are we talking? And if I missed your question, get at me again. Yeah, there's always going to be a little bit of mystery. That's why we right or wouldn't lose. I am a little bit nervous about the Cowboys. And the Giants did show some things. And the Giants aren't a good football team, and the Giants have a lot of problems. The Giants can't pass the ball. The Giants really can't run the ball. The Giants can't defend the pass. The Giants can't rush the passer. But you want to know something the Giants can actually do? They can stop the run. And then once you stop the run, that could be good or it could be really bad. And we've seen it a lot of times. So that would be my only input. I would just sub out the Cowboys and go with Washington plus 14. NMC, I'm leaning Browns, a lot of talent, and at home. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But the Browns, they did beat the Cowboys, though. I think we need to calm down a little bit. And we need to remember how they played at home against Washington, and they really didn't play good. And they benefited from a man named Dwayne Haskins. Yo, Tony Flores, you still want to come out? Leave your email if you want to come out. Patrick Murphy, what's more important to you, riding good teams, fading bad teams, or matchups? I would say riding good teams and matchups. The fading bad teams thing doesn't work all that well in this league because, first of all, we have parity. This isn't like the Spanish Soccer League or English Premier League when one team has 500 million and the other team has 30 million. So fading doesn't work as well for me. Also, it kind of gets in my head and I don't like to do it. But also, people in this league have a lot of pride. And people say these players are overpaid, they don't try. No. Like, there's a lot of dudes in this league who fight every single minute. And we've seen so many teams start seasons like 4-9, and then they'll win 4 out of the next 5. Just because people, if a team gets close, if a team has good chemistry, they'll play hard. And teams aren't going to quit. And teams do make adjustments. So that's why I always look towards matchups. And I do look for riding good teams. Like, here's one thing I'll do. Now that the Bucks lost this week, we're going to get better money on the Bucks, man. We're going to get better point spreads on the Bucks. That's where we're at. So that would be one example. James Lewis is going to take the Redskins plus 14.5. Would not be Heschu. B-Nugs, I'm thinking Jets on the money line. Hashtag Flacco. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? I say Garcia. Vikings plus 8, Falcons minus 3. Mr. Garcia, Vikings are my team, but I would be very nervous with that plus 8 because Vikings are really, really bad defensively this year, and they can't stop the run. And I do think the Seahawks are the best offense in this league at the moment. Got to bring something to the table. I'm getting airtime. Okay. You have me Houston picks. I just want to know if he has long-time winning record. Yeah, I've won lots of money betting. Chat, bro. I've won tons of money, but it's not really about me going 13-3 or 9-7 or even 6-10 against the spread. It's more important I hit the money picks because no one's going to bet every single game of a weekend. Jeremiah, think Rams win by -7? No. I don't like that one. All right. Let me know your opinion on garbage time. Michael Lester, your opinion on the garbage time touchdown for Cincinnati to cover. Well, it's interesting because I don't know what to think of Cincinnati's defense. We all know it's not all that good, but one thing I love about Cincinnati is the Burrow to Mixon combination, and I think Joe Mixon's the most underrated player in this league. I've been saying it for a good 2 years. So whenever you have Cincinnati, I think you can get some points going. And Baltimore hasn't looked crisp. We did see Lamar Jackson was on the injury report, but I'm not making too big a deal about that. But I could see Cincinnati swinging in here for a cover. I wouldn't be surprised because the Ravens haven't looked as dominant as they have in past years. All right, guys, my mouth is really, really dry. I'm gonna sign off right now. Subscribe, hit the like button, share the videos. The Lawson Show, the best.